Alright guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So look, in this video, we're going to be flipping the script, okay? We're turning the tables on all of this negative content that really has been coming out since the start of the season, but it's been picking up over the last week or two, alright? Linking the Jets and Trevor Lawrence. We have people saying, oh, Trevor Lawrence needs to stay in school to avoid going to the Jets. He needs to pull an Eli Manning. We have people coming out and advising him to not get drafted by the Jets. So look, everybody's going one way. We're going the other way. Quite frankly, I think a lot of it's disingenuous. I think it's a malicious way to attack or bash the franchise because I get it. They're a winless team. The Jets are a complete abomination this season, right? Easily the laughingstock of the league. So I get that everybody wants to pick on the Jets right now. But in this video, again, we're going to be talking about why Trevor Lawrence and the New York Jets are a match made in heaven. So I think the perfect place to start is by talking about other football teams, not about the Jets, not about Trevor Lawrence, right? We'll round that base in just a minute, but bear with me, all right? When I listen to these clips, when I read these articles, I have negative flashbacks of the same things that were said about two teams specifically that were in shambles just a few years ago, okay? Two teams that had no direction, two teams that were made fun of, two teams that are now headed to the playoffs. The Buffalo Bills and the Cleveland Browns. When I think back to some of the stuff that was being said and some of these quotes that were being thrown around back then, not too long ago, 2015, 16, 17, all the way up through 2018, right after the draft where both teams landed their quarterbacks, some of the stuff was horrific. The narrative was created in a way that both of these teams will never have success. Everybody that works and plays for this team is a failure. They will never land a good coach, and they will continue to finish last in their division forever and ever and ever. That was what was kind of the picture that was being painted. But now the Buffalo Bills are being talked about as one of the best teams in the league. And yeah, Cleveland lost the other night against Baltimore, but man, it feels good to be a Browns fan. I mean, the Browns fans watching this video, you know how good it feels to finally have pieces in place, to finally have guys in charge. So the reason why I bring it up, right, why I think it's relevant is because I want to show just a couple of examples in recent history that teams that might be completely broken, right, times are dark in the present, but that doesn't mean they always will be, okay? Things can get better. So to shift gears here, you're looking at Trevor Lawrence as a quarterback prospect coming out of college and his potential fit with the New York Jets. What are you really getting? Well, physically and mentally, Trevor Lawrence checks every single box, pretty much every single box, okay? There's so much to like about him. Size, speed, ability to slide in the pocket, feel pressure, accuracy, decision-making, ball placement, the ability to lead and command an offense. His resume is terrific. So much room to get better as well. Stand strong in the pocket. I mean, we could spend 10, 15 minutes talking about why Trevor Lawrence will be the number one overall pick, but I feel like it's kind of a moot point. Everybody knows he's going number one overall. There's so much to like about him. But there's three qualities to me that stand out, okay, that Lawrence possesses that I quite frankly feel like they don't get enough credit. Okay, number one, his competitive nature. It doesn't matter who you talk to. It doesn't matter if you're talking to, kids at Clemson, right? Kids that go to the school that know him, teammates, coaches. You listen to Lawrence in the post-game pressers, in the pre-game pressers. You listen to Dabo Swinney himself. There's nobody more competitive than Trevor Lawrence, and that's an underrated quality, okay? Number two, he's hardworking. Has there been any sort of rumor? Has there been any sort of, video or speculation or thing that was said about Trevor Lawrence that has had any sort of relation with laziness or doesn't love the game, doesn't want to be there, doesn't look forward to practice, just doing it to do it? No, he loves the sport of football and he works every single day. That is incredible. That's awesome. That's what you want in a franchise quarterback. And then number three, level-headed, not too high, not too low, not too high, not too low. Think of a Tom Brady in big moments. Think of an Eli Manning. These guys aren't dancing around the fields, going, absolutely berserk, obnoxiously on the sidelines, freaking out when things are going well. They're not like Adam Gase, just sitting alone on the sidelines, just sulking when things are going bad. We're the same guy every snap. Doesn't matter what the score is, doesn't matter who we're playing, doesn't matter what time, doesn't matter if it's a preseason spring game or if it's the national championship, you're going to be getting the same guy every single drive, every single snap. I mean, that sounds like Aaron Rodgers. That sounds like Peyton Manning. That sounds like Tom Brady. Highly competitive individuals that are level-headed, hardworking, and that love the sport of football. It doesn't matter how good they are today. It doesn't matter how good they are going to be. It does not matter if they are elite. They continuously chomp at the bit to get better. They're not running away from adversity, okay? They want to embrace it. They want the challenge. They want to be the best. That's a franchise quarterback. That is a franchise quarterback. I don't believe Trevor Lawrence has this defeatist mentality like everybody that's like interviewing him and, saying, oh, you need to avoid the Jets because they're not a good football team. Well, you know what? I refuse to believe that Trevor Lawrence is buying into that. I mean, even think of the term pulling an Eli Manning. Eli Manning was drafted in 2004. This is not some popular thing that happens every single year. We heard it last year with Joe Burrow. We heard it with Sam Darnold coming out, don't go to Cleveland, don't go to Cleveland. I mean, Joe Burrow, don't go to Cincinnati, they're a dumpster fire. Like, it never, these guys are athletes. They want to compete. They're competitive guys. They're not running away at the mere thought of any sort of adversity, okay? So in regards to the New York Jets, how he would fit, you're looking at this Jets roster, a ton of cap space. You're going to be bringing in a head coach, brand new staff. Reminds me a lot of the late 80s Dallas Cowboys when they were a train wreck. But 7-9 season, they had a really bad season, and then they finished with the first overall pick the following year. They got the brand new coach in the building, which was Johnson at the time. Drafted Troy Aikman. The Jets are in the same position. This team is going to be built around Trevor Lawrence. You have your left tackle in Mekhi Becton. Your right tackle is playing great football. The defense is not the problem. The defense is not the reason why you're losing games. It's the offense. It's the play calling. It's the system. It's the quarterback play. All of those issues are going to be replaced. Trevor Lawrence and the New York Jets are a perfect fit. They're a match made in heaven. I'll leave it there. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section regarding Trevor Lawrence. Do you think he's going to pull an Eli Manning? Do you think he's going to, return to school? I don't believe it. I think he will be wearing green and white next season. I would love to hear your thoughts. Thanks so much for watching. And as always, go Jets.